Hello guys, it's me, the Quest of Anime here, and today we are making a we're continuing the review series of Remake of Our Life. Now, this is episode 2. Now, here's the deal about this series. This series comes out Saturday, which is the same day I record these videos, but the thing is, I record them in the morning, and they come out in the afternoon, so it kind of doesn't align with my schedule. So usually, if you see episode 3 comes out and I upload episode 2, that's because it doesn't align. And yeah, so this series, how it usually would operate is it would be part of, like, how'd I say it? I have the typical video, and then I have this video that shows up out of nowhere. It's like an extra, if you will, it's an extra video. Um, but this week, I'm currently researching for 2 videos because I need to catch up with monthly analysis, and I want to move on from quintessential and do something new. So yeah, we're in episode 2 of Remake of a Life. Now, this episode did not hit me as hard as episode 1 because I think episode 1 was actually pretty amazing. Episode 2 is still pretty good, I wouldn't lie. It did pretty good. So when it comes to episode 2, we have honestly, I don't know how to explain it. I guess you can say what stood out to me the most in this episode was the fact that my dude's still in like a he still doesn't know what he wants to do after getting an art degree, so he's been asking his friends what they plan to do, and they give him a response. You get to know the rest of his dorm mates' motive when becoming an art university student. I'm pretty sure this girl, the blondie here, she just chose to go to art school because, well, she wants to get away from her normal life, if you will. And the rest of them, they all have their different reasonings. Now, that was interesting because it shows you that he's still thinking about it. And also, one of the main gimmicks about this episode was they had to do a project about making a 5-minute story, I'm pretty sure. And yeah, so they're working together. He comes up with an idea, but that idea is inspired from something 10 years in the future, which you figure out that because he ends up accidentally using an idea that was his idea, the one on the left. Like, how'd I say it? He read that story 10 years ago and it was very inspiring to him, man. To him, yeah. And he used an idea that have yet to come out without thinking about that fact. Heck, during the middle of it, they were working on that idea, right? And how do I say it? They're like coming up with ways because they're like nearing the deadline, and they realize that the script that he made for the 5-minute video is exceeding 5 minutes. So his idea was to cut out some of the scenes of the video, and yeah, that got him pissed off because he thought he was more better than that. Just to appeal to the time, he decides to cut out and rush the series. That doesn't sit right with him, and I can totally get why. So yeah. And during the middle of it, he had a conversation with his teacher. It was a teacher, and she told him about it. And he's saying that like about an experience where this whole company, right, or this group of friends, they made something, and after a while, due to some unagreements, was it although it was a masterpiece in other people's eyes, they didn't like this. They didn't like it. They disbanded, I think, because of it. And he kind of realized that you only live once, you know? Who cares about no time and stuff like that? We can work on that later, you know? And I like it because it shows that he's mature. He knows about. He's been in bad situations when he was 28. He knows that life is short and you can't make those excuses of what if, oh well, nothing can be done. And he tries to what's it called help out and do something about it, It's like, how'd I say it? When they finally got an agreement, they got a bad camera for the job, and they're like, oh, well, nothing you can do. And he just thinking about nothing you can do. There gotta be something, And I respect the level of maturity there was in that thing. But yeah, overall, this episode didn't leave too big of an impression. But yeah, since this is part of the series, I might as well talk about it. This episode was pretty good. I found it very nice, but there's not much to talk about for me at least. So I was just enjoying it. I wasn't really thinking too much about it. So if I was to give this episode a rating, I would give it a nice solid 7 out of 10. Really good episode, but I just find it good, you know what I mean? I didn't find it clever or too interesting, you know what I mean? And sevens to me is literally I'm probably gonna post a video about that. But sevens to me are goods. They're not impressive, but they do the job good, So yeah, thanks guys for watching. I'll see you guys then.